I want this video to please be shared as many times as possible. I want to make as much noise as I can, because today I was so embarrassed, and I've never ever felt this mad in my life. Embarrassed. It was so embarrassing, and I want this experience to go live. So I'm at Walmart. Not Walmart, I'm sorry. I'm at Walgreens. I go to put some money on a reloadable card and grab a few things. And I'm with my goddaughter. So the store is going to close in about 30 minutes. But anyway, so I'm in the line. First of all, when we first go into Walgreens, we had to find somebody in the store to even like ring us up in the front. So that was one thing. Should have caught a hint then, but I didn't. So then, while I'm in Walgreens, I pick out my stuff and I go to the counter. As I proceed to the counter, I get to the front of the counter. I need you guys to see, like, I'm wearing a low midriff shirt, as it is. Bra on, shirt on, whatever. So as I walk up to the counter, I have a wardrobe malfunction. My boobs, literally, my bra is made where it buttons in the front. So my boobs literally popped out of my shirt. Out of the bra unlatched, it popped out. I literally had, I know some of you girls use this as, some of you girls, let me show y'all what I'm wearing. So it's a midriff. So some of you girls I know stick, some of you girls stick your, okay, I know some of you girls stick your, you stick your phone, whatever. I literally had like a card over here. I had money, a phone, a few things, like $200 bills. So it was a lot going on. So I'm trying to hold. I have my hands as I'm in the line, already up to the counter. And like I said, my bra just popped open. Boobs just poop everywhere. So I'm like, oh my God, me and my daughter is like so embarrassed. I'm holding my boobs like this. And I'm like, we already put the stuff up there. I'm waiting for the cashier to start ringing it up. I look up. When I look up, she's on her phone. Cool. I said, can you ring my stuff up, ma'am? Why I'm holding this like this. Holding my bra. Holding my boobs in my hands. Trying not to, like, show everybody in the whole store, because it was a line behind me. So, I whispered to her, because she rings the stuff up and she proceeds to get back on her phone. I put my card in to pay, and I'm sitting there waiting to pay, waiting for the machine to say, okay, approve, blah, 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 pin, whatever. I look up again. She's on her phone again. I'm like, ma'am, I whisper. I lean over and I whisper, ma'am, can you please get off your phone for a second and finish my transaction, please? This is a customer begging you that got her boobs in her hand. I am not blaming her at all for my wardrobe malfunction. That's my wardrobe malfunction. But what I am blaming you for is the fact that you're in between a transaction and you're on your phone and you had no kind of sympathy. You didn't even understand. You was not aware of what was going on. Any normal woman would have been like, oh my God, ma'am. Some people might even have laughed, but it's the whole point that you should have been knowing what is going on. So when I asked her, ma'am, can you please get off your phone? I'm whispering to her. My goddaughter's beside me, doesn't even hear what I'm saying because I'm whispering. I'm already embarrassed and I'm holding my boobs in my hand. So my God, I'm like, can you, I said it, can you please put your phone down for a second and finish this transaction for me? Please. I said, please. no yelling, whispered this to her. The only two people who heard it was me and her. So she opens the drawer. Meanwhile, I already told you I done put my credit card in the machine because it has a chip in it. So my credit card is literally in the machine with the chip in it. All she literally had to do, push tender, let it go through. Cool, whatever. She cancels out the order, shuts her drawer, and says, he'll help you because I'm not helping you, and walks away. So you just sent me, I'm holding my boobs as a female. You sent a female that's holding her boobs in distress to a male register and tells him to ring me up. So then I get to the male register. At this point, I'm just like, forget it. Like, my boobs it's just here. So I'm asking the man, I was like, sir, I need her name. And is she the manager or are you the manager? He was like, no, I'm not a manager. She is the manager on duty. I said, so is her title a manager or not? No, she's the one that's in charge over the store today for right now. And I'm like, okay, so what is her name? He's like, and he just looks at me. So then I said, sir, what is her name? Like, he looks at me again. He was like, it should be on the receipt. And I'm like, okay, sir, can you show me on the receipt? Meanwhile, my boobs at this point is already, they're out. It's out. So I got this shirt on, but my bra, literally, both the cuffs, one cuff here, one cuff here. I'm already embarrassed in front of the store. Already embarrassed. Then I'm in front of a whole man. So I knew that this was important because I had to pay my LG&E. So I want to make sure that my kids have LG&E the next day. So I had to put money on the account that night. So I couldn't just run out the store, So anyway, because the store was already, I told you already, the store was already closing. So they was already in the motion of moving everybody out of the store. So anyway, long story short, the man said, the man was just looking at me, and then he was like, I said, look, I took out the receipt. I said, can you show me on here where her name would be? He proceeds to read the whole receipt now. This is taking him time. So it's not like I'm not refusing to leave the store or none of that. I'm waiting for this man to ring up my stuff, but I asked him the name. So I was waiting for him to show me. So he goes up and down the receipt and don't see her name. So I said, can you tell me her name? Because it's not on here. So then he finally proceeds to tell me her name. After we done went through all this now, I'm still embarrassed, still line of people. So I go to do my transaction. He says, Meg, can I help you with anything? I'm already embarrassed already. But he was like, why? Why do you need a manager? Can I help you? Is there anything I can help you with? I was like, you can help me by ringing this stuff up. But, like, I really need to talk to a manager because I'm so, like, embarrassed. I'm mind-boggled that she didn't even pay attention and didn't show compassion at all. Like, I am a female with big breasts that I don't want the whole world to see. Yeah, you can see a bra. That's fine. But my private parts was out to the world. And it was a camera over top of me. So I need them to pull the camera. She said she couldn't do it. Like, I have to get a lawyer so the cameras can be pulled. We need to pull them cameras. Come back for thing 2. I'm recording you on YouTube, so I need this YouTube to blast up. I need you guys to send this out to any and everybody because I am so embarrassed. Walgreens in Dixie Highway, Louisville, Kentucky. Anywho, so the date was March the 11th around 9:30. No, around 9:45 p.m. because it was about to close at 10. Hey guys. I want this video to please be shared as many times as possible. I want to make as much noise as I can, because today I was so... I'm trying to share this. I'm sorry, guys. Description. I see you whining and grinding. Okay. Let me roll it up again. This is chapter 2 of what was going on in Walgreens. This is not a chapter 2 for you guys, but I'm trying to do it on every post that I can. Anyway, so back to Walgreens. So my boobs fell out in the front of Walgreens. Just to recap real quick, at the cash register. It's a woman at the cash register, but she's on her phone. So she's not doing her job. She's on her phone texting, doing whatever. So I say, excuse me, ma'am. And I'm holding my boobs. You should, like, she doesn't even look up. I said, can you ring me up? So she just starts ringing me up, and she still got the phone in her hand, reading a text message as she's ringing me up. So then I put my card in the thing to pay. So when I put my card in there to pay, I'm still holding like this. I whispered to her, can you please, ma'am? Because I look back up. When I look back up, because it wasn't doing anything. I was waiting to say approve, enter a pin. It wasn't doing anything. I look up, she's back on her phone. So you're in between a transaction and you're on your phone. In between the transaction. Not knowing, you should, if she was paying attention, she could see the customer was in distress, because I was mind boggled. I was like, oh my God. Like, I can't believe this happened, like, right now. And I'm trying to grab stuff because my money was in my wallet. Everything was, like, I had money, phones in my wallet. In my bra, and everything. Cards in my bra. So I'm literally trying to figure out all that and make sure that the money didn't fall on the ground for somebody else to pick up, because it was almost $200. So anyway, I say, can you please get off the phone for a second so you can ring me up real quick and finish my transaction? This is how I'm talking to her. Low, y'all. She gonna say, she cancels the order, points to the man register and says he'll ring you up because I'm not, and walks away. Literally walks away. Like, oh my God, you walked away? Like, I'm still holding my boobs. So then I'm like, just forget it. At this point, like, I can't even fix them. I'm embarrassed. I don't know what to do. In line. And there's a lot of people behind me. At least 2 or 3 people behind me. So I go to the other person. Anyway, that's where I left off. I go to the other person. I tell him the situation because he asked the situation. Then I'm like, sir, do you hear me? And he tells me the girl's name is Talila. Walgreens, Louisville, Kentucky. Her name is Talia, y'all. So he tells me her name. I write it down on the receipt because we looked on the receipt. It was supposed to be on the receipt. So he said, and it didn't print out on the receipt. So he told me the name. And then I was like, then he was like, is there something I can help you with? So I'm like, no, not really. Not trying to tell him the whole situation while I'm still like embarrassed. Like, my boobs at this point is just all out of whack. So, I proceed to tell him, because he continues to ask me if he can help me. And I proceed to tell him that I had a wardrobe malfunction, and that, like, she literally canceled the order for no reason and sent me to a man. Like, I'm upset. Like, I can't believe this is really happening. Like, what happened? Like, because I whispered to you to get off your phone and finish my transaction, your job? Like, not being nasty. I didn't cuss at you. I didn't do nothing. So when I'm telling him this, I don't know if he felt like, I'm a black woman. So when we talk, sometimes we talk with aggression, but it's not loud. It's not belligerent. None of that. I'm talking to him and trying to explain to him what's going on. So she comes back from the photo booth. She comes back and she stands there like this. Like, never says anything to me. She just comes back and just stands there watching me. And I'm like, I asked my daughter, I said, who is she looking at? Like, what? She didn't want to help the situation. She canceled my order for nothing. Who is she looking at? That's why I asked my daughter, right beside me, whispering to her. And my daughter continues to says, I don't know, I guess she's looking at you. So I'm like, I don't even know why she's up here, because my boobs is literally still out. It's your fault. You canceled it. I'm trying to be out of here. I'm holding my boobs. She says, ill. I wouldn't want to ring you up anyway. What is your boobs coming out of your shirt have to do with me? What? It still shows no compassion. No compassion at all. I'm gonna the third one, I'm gonna post a video of what we could catch, because like I said, I was occupied trying to do, so I couldn't record. I started recording because, let me tell you the rest. So I'm like, oh my God. I'm upset, and I'm like telling her, like, why are you doing? And then she consists to talk. And I tell because it's some people, she's like, I'll ring you up. So she rings up some people, and she gonna tell the people, like, the people are feeling sad. Like, they like don't understand what's going on. They don't understand what's going on. They don't see what just happened. So I'm trying to explain to the people, like, because they're women. So I'm trying to explain to the people what's going on. She yells over top of me, like, to get them to not listen to what I'm saying. Like, because I'm like, I'm not just one of these rudely customers. I'm not just out here like nothing. I'm so embarrassed. I'm out here upset. Like, you literally did that for what? And then you made me go to a man with my boobs out. Like, I'm so appalled. Like, somebody needs to answer for that. Walgreens, you need to answer for that. You need to know, I need to know why your employee was on the phone during the transaction. If she's seen the wardrobe malfunction, which was not her fault, but the fact that her fault is she canceled the tender and got mad because I asked her to please finish my order before I can leave. She literally gets mad, cancels out the tender, and makes me go to a male. And I'm going through all this. Mentally, I'm messed up right now. Mentally, somebody needs to tell me how that's okay and how I'm supposed to be okay with that. Get back with me if y'all know lawyers. This is not over. I hope this gets I hope I'm getting the whole story out. There will be more videos. I am trying to contact the news because I am outraged. And I need somebody to tell me why they think that's okay. Because if I was the cash register working that day, I would have some compassion, because that's embarrassing. And it's not it's the fact that how you reacted. And then even after I'm trying to explain to you, your reaction is, ugh, that's not my business, basically. You're not saying, ma'am, I'm sorry that happened to you. You're supposed to be the manager of the store. So you needed to calm yourself down, figure out what was going on. When you came up there, it's back up to the front. You never said, get out. You never said, you disturbing the peace. Nothing. She never said none of that, y'all. Never told me once to get out the store. So anyway, so I'm talking to the man, and I'm like, asking him, man, I said, why are you not talking? Like, I'm talking to you. Like, what's going on? He's like, I will not be your propellant. You cannot project on me. So I say, cool, fine. And I shut up. So my stuff is done. I'm waiting for my goddaughter to get her stuff ringed up. So we just standing there, not saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing, y'all. I'm like, what's going on? Why is he not ringing your stuff up? He's like, I'm trying to listen to what you said, but you just told me you didn't want me to talk to you. You just told me that you're not going to be the propellant or whatever. So you told me not to talk to you. So why are we sitting here? How are you going to say, I was waiting on you. That's why I didn't ring the stuff up. What? And you just told me to stop talking to you. So that prolonged the situation too. Why does this woman call the cops? The one that didn't help me, she calls the cops on me and say I'm being rudely. She says I'm yelling in the store. I will not leave. I want that 911 call to be pulled too, because she lied. She said that she told me to leave. She said I'm being outraged. I'm being loud. I won't leave the store. She locks me in Walgreens, y'all, and calls like she's in distress. Yeah. Calls like she's in distress, and I'm in distress. She calls the police like she's in distress. Let me roll it up again. This is chapter 2 of what was going on in Walgreens. This is not a chapter 2 for you guys, but I'm trying to do it on. Okay, y'all. I'm trying to post. So chapter 3. This ain't chapter 3 because this is a video for YouTube. Anyway, so chapter 3. She calls the police on me. She goes to the door and she locks the door. And like she's like talking to the woman. She's talking to this woman as the woman goes out. And I'm trying to explain to the woman, ma'am, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be nasty. You see, I'm not cussing. I'm not doing none of that. I said, she's trying to talk to you and you trying to feel compassion for her. But she had no compassion for me. This woman yells at me. This woman yells at the door because she don't want the woman to actually hear what the situation is to know what's going on. So she tried to yell over top of me to this woman. So the woman leaves. She locks me in and passes me, does not say a word to me, does not say get out of my store, don't ring her up. None of that. Does not, because she's still in the wrong. She locks it, calls the police. Yeah, I got an irate customer. She refusing to leave the store. She's being really loud. She's yelling. She's cussing me out, blah, blah, blah. I never said a cuss word, y'all. I got loud at the end because she was standing there just looking. She didn't ask what was going on. She didn't say nothing. Y'all, she never once told me to leave. She calls 911 and acts like she's in distress, like I'm doing so much, and says, because her boobs came out, I'm supposed to, what's that got to do with me? How is that my fault? Are you serious? You're lying on the phone to the police now. You done call the police and lied to the police. So I tell my niece, get your stuff, ring it up. I'll tell the dude to ring the stuff up so we can leave. So he rings the stuff up. We walks out the door. Meanwhile, you remember she called the police. So when we get outside, I get in my truck. 2 police cars pull up. They don't know that it's my car. I could have just left the scene. No, I stopped. I parked my car in front of the police, stopped the car, tell them to come over. I said, it's me. Explain the same situation that I explained to you. He said, so you wasn't refusing to leave the store? They said it was a customer refusing to leave the store, going up and down yelling. No, she never told me to leave the store, sir. I just told you the situation, and she was on her phone. And they're like, the cops said, okay, ma'am, our bad. They told us like it was an irate customer in here that wasn't leaving, and you wasn't doing no extra stuff, hitting the counter and none of that. I said, no, none of that. I didn't do none of that. I literally was talking to her. And yes, at the end, I got loud because she was standing over, not saying nothing, not trying to say, like, I don't know if she think I was just standing there at the thing. No, I was standing because we was waiting for the man to finish ringing my daughter up, my goddaughter up. Anyway, so she could have asked, is there a problem? You're a manager. Don't just look. And I look and I ask my daughter a question, and then she gets mad because I'm asking my daughter a question, not you. I'm not pointing to you because apparently it's up here now. So it's past and above you. So I'm gonna try to put that recording in chapter 5. Anyway, so like I was saying, so I told the girl, like, bruh, like, no, I didn't say nothing to the girl. We leave. Like I said, I pull up in front of the cops. I didn't leave the scene. I talked to the cops. The cops was like, that's young people. They all their phones all the time. I said, yeah, that's fine. But don't call the police, like, and say I'm being outraged. Don't call the police and you're not doing your job. Like, this is your job. You're calling the police. You never asked me to leave the store or nothing. That's why you lied. So I need the police call to be pulled. And I was like, can we pull the cameras so that I can show the camera? You got to get a lawyer to do all that. Your lawyer can request to do that, whatever. So if anybody knows a lawyer, I know a lawyer. He's not up right now. But if anybody can point me in the right direction, please do. It's Walgreens, Louisville, Kentucky. It was March the 11th at 9:45 in the evening. Her name is Talila. And she needs to be out there. She needs to lose, if anything, she needs to lose her job for one, because there's no reason for a customer to be there. And you're supposed to be the manager. You're supposed to be showing examples. You didn't even look up. This girl was on her phone so bad, she didn't even look up. Had she even took a moment to look up, she would have seen that I was in distress. But she never looked up, y'all. So, like, even after the fact, when you went back there, threw your little hissy fit and came back up there and I was explaining to you what was going on, you still want to argue with me. Like, you show no compassion. Ma'am, I'm sorry. You're supposed to be the customer, or you're supposed to be the manager of the store at that point in time. You're supposed to diffuse the situation, not make it worse, not engage in a situation. Like, you didn't even, oh, ma'am, I'm so sorry. I can't believe that happened. Like, you didn't even care. So it's the stuff you do all the time. You didn't care. Please run this up. Please post this. Please send it to every and anybody y'all know. Please. This is Tessa. I'm Tessa. I'm out. I'm Tessa Cunningham. Tag me on Facebook. My name is Tessa Cunningham on Facebook. You will see my name on here on YouTube. Tag me. Share it, please share it as much as possible, because the next step is to the news. I need this to make as much noise as it can, because that was embarrassing. I'm so embarrassed. And then the lack of caring. And you're a woman. If that happened to you as a woman, I would think you would have a little bit of compassion, but you didn't. That's fine.